Hello! This week's declaration is I am courageous. Now, I've recently got into watching Lord of the Rings. 13 years after it was made, I caught the bug. When it first came out, blood, guts, ugly orcs, no thanks, not for me. But this time round, Dom and I have devoured the trilogy. And I think it's because God's been speaking to me through it, all about courage and about the spiritual battle. And I've absolutely loved it. So, courage. Incredible 3 verses that I'm going to read to you about courage from Deuteronomy 31, verses 6 to 8. Listen up. Be strong, courageous, and firm. Fear not, nor be in terror before them, for it is the Lord your God who goes with you. He will not fail you or forsake you. Verse 7, and Moses called to Joshua and said to him in the sight of all Israel, be strong, courageous, and firm, for you shall go with this people into the land which the Lord has sworn to their fathers to give them, and you shall cause them to possess it. Verse 8, it is the Lord who goes before you. He will march with you. He will not fail you or let you go or forsake you. Let there be no cowardice or flinching, but fear not, neither become broken in spirit, depressed, dismayed, and unnerved with alarm. 3 times Moses is commanding them to be strong and courageous, always followed by a why. What's the why? Because the Lord is with you, because the Lord goes before you, because the Lord has promised you this land. It wasn't just a blind stubbornness or you must be strong in your own strength. No, their strength was only in the Lord, in his presence and in his promise. And that is totally key. That is where we get our courage from. Not from ourselves being super strong or reckless, but in focusing our eyes on the higher truth than the scary situation in front of us. And the higher truth is that the Lord is with us. He goes before us and he will never leave or forsake us. Bill Johnson's got a really helpful quote about courage. And it's courage is not the absence of fear, but feeling the fear and doing it anyway. And this was brought to light in Lord of the Rings. Time and time again, these warriors are heading into battle when it looks like they are totally surrounded, outnumbered by orcs, which are the ugliest things I think I've ever seen. I mean, honestly, that is what demons must look like and worse. But they are disgusting and brutal. And Aragorn and Legolas and little dwarf and all their crew are faced with hordes of orcs. And they look to each other. And when all the other soldiers, you can see them shaking behind going, do we retreat? Do we retreat? And these warriors lead the army, say, no, we go forward. And time after time, miraculous things happen. Hordes of super eagles come in and fight on their behalf. Or another army appears out of nowhere and starts fighting on their behalf. But they don't know that when they head into battle. All they see when they head into battle is a seemingly overpowering enemy. Yet they make it through. And I really want to encourage you with that. When you're looking at the situation and there seems to be no way that you could win, no way that you could get through this the other side, put your hope and your trust in the Lord being with you. The fact that he is fighting your battles for you and that he can provide backup and breakthrough in the most miraculous ways. Another thing is that our faith activates the angels. When we step out in faith, all of heaven rushes in to meet us. Again, as those warriors headed into battle when it looked like there was no way, extra hordes of armies were attracted to come and help them. And I think that's another parable allegory of how heaven is attracted to our faith and will come and act on your behalf as you step out courageously in obedience and in intimacy with the Lord.